There goes something right there. So that's something you really got to look at when you're an investor. You really got to learn how to spot deals. Now, I know that this house right here might not look like it's a deal, but depending on the price that the seller might want for it, it could totally be a deal where you could make a considerable amount of money. All right, so we are on our way to this appointment. I'm gonna go check this place out to see what it looks like and see if we can make this deal happen. I'm hoping we can get this signed today. But basically, this property is distressed. Owner wants to get rid of it, but we got to make sure that the numbers are going to work. We're in about 20% range on where we need to be. And when I talk about 20% range, Jerry Norton said something about a year ago that if your prospect is within 20% of where you need to be, whether it's wholesale or investment purposes, to continue to follow up with them, because either the market's going to change and you can give them a little bit more, or their situation is going to change and their timeline on when they need to sell is going to get closer. Definitely continue to follow up with some of these people who are within the 20% range, but definitely don't waste your time on who you're following up with if they are not anywhere near the range you need to be in. Maybe it's not the type of deal that you want, or maybe the numbers just don't work at all. Don't waste your time. Usually if motivation is high, price will be low, but if price is high, motivation is going to be low. So let's check this one out. This one, we've been following up with it for a few months now, and they finally consented to, you know, us walking the property so we could take a look at it. And it's definitely in a really good developing area. So we're going to check it out, see if the numbers work, see if we can make this deal work, and pick it up in the contract today. And then we're going to talk about another topic. How do you become a successful real estate investor? So a funny story is that actually my partner already came out to this property about a week ago, and I think we're going to finally meet up with the seller again to try to, you know, put this thing under contract. Definitely is a really nice house though. I mean, I don't know, you can't really see it because of, you know, my lens is not really focused back there, but it's a pretty nice house. I'm actually waiting here for my partner to show up. That way we can walk this thing. I actually can't wait for you guys to see it. So this house, ARV in this neighborhood is around $210,000, and the property itself, we could probably pick it up for, I don't know, I'm gonna guess around the 50 to 60 mark. So let's jump inside and check this place out.
Oh.
Appreciate it. You got in there.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard to open.
Yeah, it is. I was struggling with it. I was back there sweating.
Did you see a black snake or the
No,
skin?
thank God we didn't see anything in there. Yeah, but everything looks good to us though. Just trying to figure out what next step you guys want to take.
I want to get all this stuff out of here.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we can go ahead and start the process and just close whenever you're ready. Title search and all that stuff. That way we have everything ready with the attorney.
Yeah, the title search probably gonna take us like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks depending.
Okay. That's fine with me because I want to get everything off of me.
Okay. And we can
I don't
go
want to
ahead.
leave stuff for her if something happens to me.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen to me.
Yeah, we can go ahead and move forward at the price we agreed to.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Well, I can get an agreement real quick. I have one in the car right now. So we can go ahead and get the paperwork rolling, and then I'll have the attorney do the title search, and then by the time you get everything out, we should be ready to close. So
Sound good to you,
How long
Crystal?
you thinking to get everything out?
that's how long do you need?
Oh, you ain't going very fast.
You see that I'm rolling up ropes.
Mm-hmm. So let's say what, another month?
At least,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, we can make that work.
Yeah,
That's,
I was just the thing that I didn't know my mama had on it. A lot of this stuff I've never seen before.
Really?
She wants to see it all.
Well, I went in some papers last night and found their birth certificates and some pictures.
Cool.
And
Cool.
I didn't throw them away.
Yeah.
You okay with letting these go?
well, I mean, whatever y'all don't want or need, y'all can just leave it behind. I mean,
Y'all just dump it, right?
yeah.
That's what I was telling her. Because my son redid a house. I went in with him and he redid a house and
Okay.
it was,
Yeah, we've
but
done
I
a lot
don't
of
think
them
he's
like
wanting
that.
to do anymore. Because it was so awful. And
You did all the work yourself?
No, he's been subcontracting it out, and it's just taken more time than we thought than he has. Because he's got 3 little girls, and it takes a lot of time to
Yeah.
be.
So this is everything we talked about.
Get an ultrasound.
ahead and read through that real quick. There is the price that we agreed on, and property name, date, everything else.
Okay, friend. This, and I want you to hear it. This agreement of sale made on today by and between Married Solutions, blah, blah, blah. Witness that the said seller does hereby bargain and sell unto the said buyer, and the latter does hereby purchase from the former the following described property known as.
All right, so one of the biggest things about being a real estate investor is you gotta identify deals. And if you don't know how to identify deals, that is your biggest bottleneck right there. For example, this property behind me, it's not about so much what is the price, it's about what would it sell for. Now, what is this property exactly? Now, I'm gonna walk around side here just to give you an idea of what this property is. This property is extremely distressed and needs a lot of work. But from the front of it, you can already see there, it is a duplex. Those are two doors there. One of them is boarded up, the other one is not. So this duplex, what is it worth? Now, street value as is right now, it's worth maybe about $125, but what's the resale value? Each side could be rented out for about $1,000 a month. So you're looking at a $2,000 a month income. If you use the 1% rule, that means that this house is worth about $200,000. So $200,000 price as far as rental goes. And if you're gonna flip it, it's probably gonna be in around the same area if you turn it back into a single family rental. What would you buy this at? What would anybody wanna buy this at? Well, how much work does it need? Before you even take that plunge into wondering how much work does it need, head down to Home Depot, look at ordinary building supplies, windows, doors, plywood, and see how much it costs. Usually your labor cost is gonna be about double the materials cost. So in this case, if this needs a $200 window, that means it's gonna be about $200 to install it. That won't give you an exact estimate on what it would cost to renovate it, but that's gonna give you a ballpark figure of what it might cost to renovate the entire property. So in this case, I know that this property is gonna take about $100,000. So I know that buying it at $100,000 wouldn't be viable for me as far as a flip perspective. Now, rental property, if I paid $100,000 for it and I put $100,000 into it, then I'm gonna get my money's worth because, you know, this will rent for $2,000 a month. So those are things that you gotta learn in order to identify what a deal is and what a deal is not. Property like this is a perfect example of what you would wanna look for as far as a deal goes. Because it definitely needs a lot of work. It's going to need a lot of work in order to force the appreciation on this property. And when you force the appreciation, you want to make sure that you're going to get your money's worth. If you spent $200,000 on this property, you're not going to get your money's worth, because if it costs you, you know, $300,000, you can only sell it for $200,000. Obviously, that's not a deal. But this one, in this particular case, I didn't pay nowhere near that much. The best deals that you will get are the deals that you make or create. And in this one behind me, I'll give you an idea of what happened in this situation. A man died and a man had a new wife. The new wife and the kids hated each other. So the kids, even though they're grown, didn't like the new stepmom. So when the father died, he left the property with no will, nothing that really identifies who is the owners of this property. So of course, I know through probate and through heirship that when somebody dies, their heirs are going to be divided upon who is still alive. So wife gets 50% because she's still alive, and husband gets the other 50%. So when the husband dies, the 50% interest goes to the kids. Now, because these people hated each other, they wouldn't do a deal together. So what I did was I separated them and I offered each one money. Now, there are a couple of judgments and liens against the house, back taxes, but I offered each individual a certain amount of money, and I ended up getting this property for $3,500. So that's subject to the $10,000 in liens and taxes, but you're still talking about $13,000 on a property that's worth about $210,000. And that's a great deal. So if I put in $100,000, I'd be all in at maybe 103 to, no, 113. So 113, sell it for 200, I'd make about $100,000 profit. That's really good profit. But of course I had to create this deal, and this is 3 years in the making. I've been hunting these people down for a very long time. So don't think that this is for, you know, just some beginner to be able to do today. It takes a long time sometimes to track these deals down. But I'm not gonna go inside because I don't wanna, you know, find out if anybody's in there right now. It sounded like somebody was ruffling or moving around inside. I don't know if it's either a raccoon or a person, and I truly don't want to find out. Some of you that already know me know the reasons why. You know, I don't want to put anybody down. But these are definitely deals that you want to try to identify. One way or another, you're gonna want to try to identify deals and see how you could make some money off of these deals, because being able to identify deals puts you in a really good position. Because then you're not fighting with loans or with you know, investors saying, hey, this is a deal, when it truly isn't a deal. Or when you need money for a deal, they're gonna give it to you ASAP, because they're gonna be like, man, this guy, he knows exactly what he's talking about. He knows all the deals. So that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short here. So I hope you guys got some valuable information here. If you did, shoot me a like below, hit me up on Instagram. And if you have any questions, hit me up. So take it easy, everybody. Hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you guys on the next vlog.